Hi everyone! So today we're going back apartment hunting again. Ooh. I know you all have been waiting for this and I'm very excited to do it also because I just love talking about apartments in general. If you guys haven't seen episode 1, the first part of it, you can check it out in the cards here. Right before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, LUISA. LUISA, we've worked together like a bunch of times already. I really love them. They're a New York based like jewelry, fine jewelry and demi-fine jewelry brand, and they carry a lot of consciously, ethically made, beautiful, timeless pieces of jewelry without the luxury markup. I have 3 pieces to show you guys today, and this month is actually also sustainability month, so I wanted to get a little bit deeper into how and why Ana Luisa's jewelry is made sustainably. All of the jewelry came in these reusable canvas jewelry bags. I know this isn't like out of this world. A lot of other jewelry brands also have like little jewelry bags and stuff, but these are specifically made for reusing. Like these are very sturdy, these are beautiful, and I like that these come in like different colors and different sizes, especially if you're on like staycay or if you want to put stuff in your bag. I know for me, like when I go to pole or when I go gymming or like when I go, you know, to the spa or something, I want to be able to keep my jewelry safely, but you know, I'm still outside, I still want to dress up and stuff like that. So this is what I put in my bags. They are so good. But that's not all. You know, sometimes like jewelry brands like stop at just the packaging, but for Ana Luisa, even the materials used in the jewelry is also recycled. They're solid gold pieces, right? They're actually made with recycled gold. It's actually recycled from industrial materials, previously owned jewelry, or even electrical equipment, because gold is a really great conductor of electricity. That's what they use in rockets, by the way. So you're not mining for more gold, but at the same time, if you take care of it, they'll last you a lifetime. The other materials that they use in their jewelry include recycled sterling silver and eco brass. And also, the diamonds that they have on their site, they're not mined from the ground, they're actually lab grown, so they're all conflict free and they're a lot more affordable than like your typical mined diamonds. So I got something like a matching set. This is the necklace that I have on. It's called the Meesh and it's one of their best-selling necklaces. It has this adventurite little pendant. It's also timeless because it looks like that nice jade color and it goes really well on my skin tone and it matches well with everything. And I also got very similar looking earrings and these are called the Dobby. They're very versatile as well. I feel like these 2 pieces, you can take them like from day to night. And finally, I have this signet ring. I finally got one. This is called the Cody and I have it in size 5 because my fingers are tiny. And if you want to check out Ana Luisa for yourself, I have a 10% off discount code. Yes! So don't forget to check out the link below and let's get on to the video. As a continuation of the last video, I don't know if you guys remember, but I did say that I have been branching out my different options, okay? My home is essentially my office as well, permanently, and I need the space to shoot, I need the space to be able to live my life, and I feel like that would make me the happiest. And so I was really like a little bit nervous about this, but I decided to increase my budget from like a lowish 2k to 3k. Yes. I would not recommend anyone else to do this unless you have a clear justification. I think I'll get into it a little bit better like in another Get Ready With Me, because I definitely like want to justify why I'm spending so much, because I don't encourage anyone else who isn't in my position to do the same. Like I don't think spending so much on rental is financially smart in the first place. That said, it's the right decision for me and I just wanted to be able to consider other options, because that like $500 or that extra like $1,000 makes such a big difference in terms of the size and the quality of the space that you can get. So I widened my horizons, okay? I manifested and I have 4 new apartments to show you guys today, and these are a little bit more interesting, a little bit more luxe. So let's get started. Where is my phone? Okay, this first apartment, right, is very interesting, okay? It's one single block. It's a boutique condo that's meant for renting. You cannot buy the units. It's called Permai Residence and it's I think 1 to 2 bus stops away from Harbourfront MRT. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk from Vivocity, you know, Harbourfront area. And it is owned by the company that owns Popular bookstores, so they basically use it as an investment. The first few floors until like level 6 or 7, they're all 1 and 2 bedroom units, and then from like 7, 8 onwards, the entire level is one unit. So I was very intrigued because I was like, ooh, an entire building that's just for like renting? Let's check it out. This space is ginormous, alright? It's 1,700 plus square feet. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 helper's bathroom, you know, like a smaller one. All of the rooms have balconies, and it faces this particular like building workplace area, and then behind it is actually a sea view, like you can see the sea. So this is the living room. As you can see, there are hanging lights kind of everywhere to demarcate different spaces, and then you have the couch living area on the left. It extends out to the balcony, and behind you have a small dry kitchen area with like the island and the pantry. Your lift entrance is essentially like a private lobby, and you can put your shoes there and everything, and they leave the door open for the most part, so it's super windy. So the reason why I looked at this house, right, oh, I should probably mention the rent. The rent was 4.7. Yeah, it's steep lah, for sure. Okay, like I could never afford it on my own. I was considering to move in with my best friend Anita. At that point, she was quite keen, and we wanted to be able to see a space that kind of checked all of our boxes because it's big enough. It has 4 rooms, meaning that we could take 2 each for like our bedroom and then our office. It's also kind of like a centralish location. And how it was gonna work was that like I would take the master bedroom and the room that was connected to the main balcony and use that as my office, so it'll be on the left side, and then on the right side there is a junior master, and there is another smaller room for the office for Anita. I think the master bedroom side has a little bit more space, and yeah, we could like prorate it based on square footage and stuff. So this is the master bedroom. Maybe I should like see like last time. Okay, it has a nice hanging lamp thing on the top. I didn't mind it, and it has a lot of light coming in because of the sliding doors. Has its own private balcony, and it has, if I'm not wrong, a queen bed, and then it still has some space for like a side table and then a small like chest of drawers. The space, because it's rental only, people don't really furnish it like too much or like do massive renovations to it, but they also do allow drilling as long as you return it to the original state. This is the outdoor balcony area. It has like a sunbed, and that's just it. I think there's like an AC ledge on the side, but if you turn the other way to the left, then you'll see like a wardrobe area, which is quite narrow, and surprisingly for a master bedroom is quite small. And then the master bathroom. It's basic, but it's nice. This is the office. So right when you come out of the master bedroom, there is the common bathroom, and then there's the office. So now thinking back upon it, I'm also like, dang, like we probably should have... Oh my god, wait a second. There's actually 3 bathrooms. Oh, I made a mistake. That's a lot, 3.5 bathrooms. So there's one in the master, there's one in the junior master on Anita's side, and there's one common one connecting to the living room, kind of like a powder room sitch, but it has a bath lah. And then you also have like a half kind of like shower toilet situation for the helper in the kitchen. This is the office right next to the common like living room connected bathroom, and this space is pretty alright. So they have like built-in wardrobes, and other than that, like it's just an empty space with like the hanging lights. And as we came out of the space, then you kind of get into that living area, that sideboard dining area. In front's the kitchen. As you turn right, that would be like where Anita's space was. So this is the master junior. I think I just subconsciously didn't like the wardrobe space because I didn't take photos of any of them. They're just very basic like vinyl wood built-in wardrobes. They're not very big also, but not too small lah, you know. And then this is the office, which, you know what, actually this office area, right, was so good for filming. So it's narrow this way but a little bit more long, and you get your own balcony as well, and it's quite quiet. It's just really chill. And they also have a bomb shelter, so you have like a storeroom area, and I love the kitchen. This kitchen, yum, it's really great. The white goods included, so white goods mean fridge, oven, stove, washer dryer. So they have like Bosch white goods. They have like a really nice oven. I really love the oven. And they have this gigantic double door fridge that I'm like, yes. So I love it, and I really like how there is still a kitchen window, the sink's all the way there, lots of storage and countertop space, and a nice pantry and like a nice dry kitchen area on the outside, so you can use that as like a breakfast bar or whatever. And there is like a full dining table situation there. The place actually would come unfurnished but with white goods. Yeah, so I would essentially be buying like most of the furniture. And this is another thing that you'll have to think about if you're moving in with like your friends or someone else, whether you guys are okay to splitting the furniture costs for like the common area, or you know, you want to like buy one thing and then they buy one thing, and so if you guys move, you know what's what. Anita would just be starting a job then. She wouldn't even be like earning the full salary. Basically, she's still in training, she's a lawyer. She'll basically have to pay a lot out of a trainee salary, which is not fair. But at the same time, it's like, then I have to pay for everything. But it was also nice because like I already had a lot of like tableware, diningware. I had a lot of stuff specifically for the kitchen. So she's not a big cook either. So I will basically like be able to just put all of my stuff there. We can all use it communally, like I'm fine with that. And yeah, I would love to cook for her lah, yeah, she knows. So it would have been like a nice situation, but there were other kinks to work out as well. Because I never really thought about like moving in with anyone else after like, I moved out alone, except for like partners and stuff like that, that's different. But when you move in with a friend, then you have to think about like, oh, what if they bring back their, you know, significant other, or you know, what if they bring back a Tinder date? What if they have friends over? What if their parents come over? These are things that you would have to consider as a roommate. Coming in hard with them tips again. Pro tip, if you're gonna be renting with a friend, a roommate, whether it's a stranger or a close friend or a best friend, make sure that you have the talk, a roommate agreement talk. You can Google it, like what should roommates discuss, private spaces, quiet times, what sort of schedule you'll look at, whether you guys are okay to be splitting groceries. These are proper boundaries that you should establish before you get into a space. Household chores, big thing, big thing. If you don't do that, then you realize like you have to navigate all of these things after, like, you know, someone has already rubbed you the wrong way, or if you did something and you didn't know, it pisses them off, kind of thing. So it's always good, even if you're moving in with your partner, to be honest, to establish these boundaries and have a general agreement, like, okay, who does what, who pays for what, okay, what happens when this happens. So for that rent, 4.7, we were gonna split it and prorate it to 2.5k and 2.2k. I would pay 2.5, Anita would pay 2.2, and when we came down, we really loved the space and we needed to make a decision. When we saw the entire space and when I kind of like broke it down and I was like, okay, she's paying 2.2k, I'm not willing to pay more because we essentially have 2 bedrooms each, and it's gonna be a big space. Like, I knew that I was gonna probably spend a bit more money on furnishing the space. I didn't want to be in a situation where I got so excited and I was like encouraging her to move out and move in with me without her properly thinking about it independently and being like, yes, I'm willing to put in so much money for a space that I don't ultimately own. I don't know, I just wanted her to really think about it, like after the excitement had gone. And this is another pro tip. After the initial high of seeing an apartment that isn't disgusting, that is, you know, full of possibilities and it's really exciting and really cute, to really think about whether you can realistically afford the space. I like to times 12 that rent and look at how much I'm paying yearly, just to get myself into the mindset of like, okay, this is how much I would be spending. Because monthly rent, like, you listen to 2, 3, 4k, like, you're like, yeah, that's fine, 2, 3, 4. But then you never think about the fact that like yearly that would be a $12,000 increase, a $24,000 increase. You know, it's a lot of money. So I was nervous also because even before she started her full-time job, she would already be paying 2.2, and then with the full-time job, and she just started, 2.2 would be still a significant amount in someone's salary, right? Yeah, so then after that, she did think about it, and I think when she kind of brought it up to her parents are not super for it also, because they just don't think it's a financially smart decision, which I was like, tell your mom I agree. I'm such a kiss ass. I love her mom. So I think in the end, we decided not to go through with it because for her, the timeline was a bit too tight. She wanted to be able to earn her like full-time salary before she started looking for an apartment. And for me, I think I was just like, the more I thought about it, the more I wanted it, but I didn't want to influence her because it was her decision to make. And honestly, I was a little relieved. You never know, you know what I mean? You never know if someone like really comes to regret it. And I don't want to be like a source of conflict for like her and her family, her and her finances, stuff like that, you know? Stay out of it. Now, thinking back upon it, I think the location, while it's 2 bus stops away from Harbourfront and the bus stop is like right in front, I think I would still prefer to walk to the MRT, just so I don't have to wait for bus timings because sometimes they can be unpredictable. And I think at the end of the day, like moving in with a friend, especially for me when I've already been living on my own and I might want to move in with Mavis kind of thing, it would have been, I think, more difficult to navigate, a little bit more troublesome. But I mean, to be able to share such a huge nice space, I think that would have been really nice. And we would have set up the pole in the living room and that would be great. But it's okay. I think that was still a really good experience that we had. Alright, should I go on? Because I feel like I have pole class. Never mind, let's go on. The second place is actually quite an interesting situation. It's actually gonna be a short-term sublet. So it was supposed to be available for 2 months because my lease was ending, and I think the lease takeover would have been, yeah, it would have been just nice, and I wanted a change of environment anyway, and this place looks so good, and I thought the rent was like pretty good also, and it came, you know, fully furnished and stuff. I thought that I could just like, you know, live someone else's fantasy, like just stay there for 2 months while house hunting and then like get my own shit together and then moving to somewhere more permanent. So this was a shop house. I love shop houses in River Valley, and this is a very interesting unit because it basically is a lofted area with like 3 half floors. I thought that like all shop houses are like one townhouse, essentially like one unit, but a lot of times they have like different walk-up apartments and it's like a mini building. So this is an apartment that's located in the back of the shop house, so you don't get that like beautiful, you know, that shop house arch windows that I love, but it still had quite a lot of light because of the well in the middle. You know, they have this like courtyard in the middle. Then the lady that was renting the space, she's so cute and she's like super chill. She also specifically said that she wanted someone to take care of the place and love it. I love wooden beams. I love wooden beams on ceilings. This big ass brunch, she told me that she actually brought it back from Fort Canning because it was like, you know, just a fallen branch. So it's within walking distance. It's also walking distance to Robertson Quay and a lot of the other places which are actually very pet friendly. She has a dog that she kind of like babysits for also, so this place is also pet friendly, which is great. She decorated everything like in a very boho chic kind of way, which I thought was very, very cute. And it's light, you know, it's airy. Even though this like grey is very iconic, right? I think I always want to gravitate towards like a lighter, airier space because there's just like so much pattern in this house. So yeah, I was very drawn to it. And it's like a loft style apartment, so from the living room when you enter, you can go down by the steps on the left to the kitchen area and the bathroom area, or you can take the stairs on the right and it goes up to the lofted bedroom area. So you have a closet space, a walk-in closet, which was very, very full, and she was like, ah, sorry, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. She has like a mirror, and then there is a king size bed, I think, and a stool, stuff like that. It's just a very chill space, you know. I love the rug also. Then my issue was like, oh, if you're subletting, does that mean that you'll be taking your stuff with you, or will it be here? So I think she would clear out that like outside wardrobe space, but then lock the closet on the inside, which has all her stuff. So then I was already like, oh shit, because I have a lot of stuff too. So yeah, I went to look at the rest of the house. This is the bathroom. It is pretty big. It's pretty chill lah, like it's not anything crazy, but it's white, it's clean, tiled, and then there is a laundry area right before you enter the bathroom. So that's also like pretty basic, the washer dryer. But the good thing about taking over a space like this when it's being subletted or a temporary move is that they have all of these things in already, like pots and pans, like she'll leave all her dining ware and stuff like that. And it's really good for someone who doesn't have these things and who doesn't plan on buying those things for themselves. But for me, because I already had my stuff, then I was like, oh shit, then I'll have 2 of everything, you know. And as much as I love that kitchen, this kitchen is so huge and so beautiful. Look at that biggest oven, and like there's something so like vintage chic about it, like a shop house vibe. Am I crazy? Like I feel like there is a charm to shop houses. I've always loved them, always wanted to live in one. And the way that she decorated the space is like very homely but still very chic and very warm and beautiful. The rent for this space, I did ask her like what she was paying, because she told me that she was gonna offer a discounted rate. She said that she was paying 4K for that space. I'm not sure what the square footage is. I would say like 1,000 square feet. For 4K, that's damn expensive, yeah. But I understand because it's like River Valley and shop house, and you know, it's very luxe, and she has really cool neighbors. So I think she was mentioning like one of her neighbors is like a designer, the other one is like, you know, nah. So I mean, if you want to like spend that cash and get some like good neighbors for networking, you can do that. But for me, I was like, dang, like 2 months, and then I can't put my stuff. So there is like an under the staircase kind of area. It's like a little cubby hole where it's a lot of storage, but she already had storage there, and so I think I would be a little bit confused with where my stuff would be, and I don't want to live out of boxes for 2 months. She was asking for 3K for the rent of the space. I think I would have gone for it if it wasn't filled with her things. Beautiful shop house, just no fate. And I did ask her, I was like, do you plan on like actually, you know, just letting go of it and moving in with your friend permanently, or do you want to keep this space? And I think she was a little reluctant, and she said that she wasn't planning to give this place up like completely. So unfortunately, just didn't work out lor. And the other thing that I noticed was that this particular place in like River Valley, not very accessible even though it's so central. So I think to grab and everything is very easy, but the roads, because there's a lot of like shop houses and a lot of like back roads, right? They're not exactly like the most comfortable to walk to. And then the bus stop is so like shallow, and then you're there with like international school, like primary school kids, and then like their helpers and it's just like a little awkward lah, you know, or like very old people, and then you're just like that. Okay, so these are the people that take public transport in the area. And in general, I think like even though I like River Valley, I don't think it's like my neighborhood. It's a bit too bougie for me. Like I still like the HDB heartland, so I decided to just like let go of that fantasy. It's someone else's life. Okay, wait, I have to go for pole class, but I'll be right back. Hang on.